Hello everyone, it's Michelle Divine's Purpose. If you're new, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, what is poppin'? This is going to be a video for Divine Masculines. Happy October. I want to touch base to see what the energy is for Divine Masculines this week. I know it's Friday, so happy Friday. I hope you guys are going to have a blissful, fun weekend ahead. Please do something really good for yourself, Divine Masculines. Have some fun, put some love in your life. Connect to your heart right now. There's a lot of heart activations that are happening for you. Fall in love with yourself again. Fall in love with what you have in your life. Fall in love with the person you love. It's that simple. This is going to be a reading about love, but it's going to be a reading about self-love, okay? If you are a Divine Feminine cross-watching, well, take it as it resonates for you and take it as the masculine within you as well, okay? We all carry feminine and masculine energy. So let's call in Archangel Metatron to assist, and let's get it popping for y'all. To anybody who's new to my channel, I do not do codependency. I do not do bad-mouthing. We're all on the same journey, which is about higher love, divine love, and reaching Christ consciousness. So this is to help and heal masculine energy and support that, as we should be doing as a collective. If you feel like you are in the opposite energy, then you can get off the channel or continue watching and open up your own shadow work and start your healing, okay? Divine Masculines, you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo, beautiful. So we just had the full moon in Aries. And the Virgo is actually the energy, that we just passed. So what I'm picking up here is that in Virgo season, which was last month, there's a lot of grounding, and I feel like a lot of you have realized that you've been dealing with self-worth issues of who you truly are. Not what the world expects from you or what your ego expects from you, okay? This is a really good beginning for your reading, but the message here is very clear. You are good enough. This is perfect because we want to tap into really putting more love into yourself. So, if you haven't said that to yourself as of now, say it out loud. I am good enough. I am. Who are you? Are you a masculine in the twin flame journey? Are you a divine masculine in the ascension? Are you a masculine in, I don't know, whatever journey you're in? If you know it, say it, and say it proudly, okay? I am. Very powerful words. Those are the words of God. So let's see what this is in regards to. We have 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Beautiful. The 7th chakra is in regards to the ascension and the highest knowing of who you are. See, I think that a lot of you masculines have been fighting yourselves in regards to who you truly are. You're very protected at this time. I feel that very strongly. Number 41 could be a number for you, but that equals a 5, which is change. I do believe that for the month of October especially, you'll be receiving this change in the physical form. What it is, you guys, it's the battle between the ego and the heart, aka the mind and the heart. Masculine energy is very logical. They are very linear thinking. You are very much in regards to, like, I need to see receipts, I need to see proof. I'm not going to take any action until I see things change. But, that's a very logical way of thinking, but you're being led to feel now. And when you're dealing with the 7th chakra, that's your crown chakra. This is when you're about to get crowned as a divine masculine. Congratulations, because a lot of divine masculines aren't divine. And that's just real talk. We're all divine. It's our birthright. However, if you're in a lower energy, if you're acting and embodying a toxic, wounded masculine, then you are not divine. You're toxic, wounded masculine. But we all have to be there. I have to be there as a feminine. I was a toxic, wounded feminine until I wasn't, until I was awakened, until I put the action forward to change my life. And then surrender to the divine and trust the divine. That's a confirmation right there. But you are good enough for this crowning. You're good enough to be a divine masculine is what I'm saying to y'all, okay? Sixth chakra, look at this. Archangel Metatron wants to come in. Okay, I love this because we called Archangel Metatron in. Now, 40 is a number 4, which is my masculine. That's why divine masculines, Archangel Metatron is always with you. So if you ever need assistance, call him in. He will guide you forward. And you can see this is the 6th chakra. So we went back. We went to the 7th to the 6th, but that's okay. Because what it's telling me is that you're also receiving third eye activation. Your Pleiadian gland is opening up. That is your spiritual eye. Because you've been looking through your life through the physical. And the physical is based out of fear and illusion. Fear is false evidence appearing real. The illusion, the matrix, all of that. And you're being awakened to that. Okay, you guys are receiving a lot of activations right now, so be kind to yourself. Remember what I said, love, love, love yourself. Fall in love with yourself, but to fall in love with yourself takes action. So put action forward in this, and the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of you might be receiving a lot of headaches, a lot of head pressure, sinus pain, vertigo symptoms, dizziness, just a lot of pressure, and it's because you're being activated and you're also being activated. Did I say that? Sorry. Initiated and activated. And, you know, these are big energies. These are really big energies. And this is my energy oracle card, and this is the physical. This is the physical aspect of your journey. Look at that, guys. The contract. Can make it up. Number 6. Okay, so 6 is really in regards to balance. That's why the scales are here. We're currently in Libra. We just finished Virgo. We're in Libra. We're going to be going into Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio is a very mysterious, dark energy. So right now, you're in the process of number 6, which is, like I said, balance, but this is also about unconditional love. And if you fuck with Christ consciousness, as you should, because that's why we're here, is to understand that everything is love, and it's all about divine love. But there is the contract that has been blinding towards you. So, okay. It's very clear message. I have 2 messages here, divine masculines. One, you've been blinding you put this blindfold on to yourself, and you decided not to follow God's will. Very strong message. Okay, guys. Remember, this is God's will. This is not your will. You know, we talk about having free will, but if you are a chosen one, if you are a divine masculine, you don't have free will. You may think you do. So if you feel like you have free will, then you do temporarily. But technically, you have a blueprint. There's a contract. This is divine will. And I feel like a lot of you guys may have not understood this in the past because of your ego. The ego wanted to control, manipulate, dominate, which is basically why you are here, because you have created this template of this patriarchal system through the motion of your past life. Follow me, I'm going deep here, y'all. To create this system, like you basically, if you're watching this and you resonate so far, your soul has helped create this toxic, masculine, patriarchal system. But you've made a contract here to come into this life to balance the scales of karma, 1, to balance the energy of the planet, 2, and 3 is to really understand what unconditional love is through the motion of divine counterpart, twin flame. Please put the label you want to use, but really twin flames are the motion of, there's 2. 1 soul, 2 bodies. And you're here to also balance whatever karmic energy you have put with your twin, because of the motion of you denying this contract. Okay? Now, I'm also picking up some of you have like read the contract. It's like, okay, I know my contract. I know who I am. But now it's time for me to actually come out of the spiritual closet and, you know, start creating this energy. You know, the blindfold's very revealing. Number 30, we got 40 here, 41, 6, number 30. So 3, 4, 5, 6. See the progression? Pay attention to numbers, y'all. Numbers are so revealing. It's an ancient key, by the way. The garden and the gate. You know, this is understanding that it's time for you to come out of the gate. You've been hiding in the garden, probably because of comfort. You know, masculines don't like change as much as divine feminines do. But the number 30 for me is the number 3. That's the feminine energy. It could be that you feel like, you know, your inner feminine is ready to be released, and that's the heart. You could also feel like your feminine, your divine counterpart, has been waiting for you to be coming out. Well, that's pretty obvious. You know, divine feminines have been taking the lead. So remember, divine masculines, if you're watching and you know your twin and you know your divine feminine, please, please, please do me a favor at this criminal time. Send gratitude and love to her energetically, because she's been through a lot. And this is an awareness that you need to know, because through this motion of this journey, nothing will be told unless it's truth. And sometimes, you know, the truth isn't the most easiest thing to digest, but the truth is the truth, and the truth is what's going to set you free. Free from the gates of the matrix, free from the gates of the hell that you've been living in, free from the gates that have been entrapping your mind, divine masculines. This is happening, though. This is happening. I don't know when it's going to happen for y'all, but, you know, the more and more you understand your self-worth, and the more and more you stop looking for validations of everything outside of you, you'll tap into this energy even easier. And, you know, the motion here is really connecting to your heart. So I'm being led to finish off with my emotions decks. I created this. It's not available anymore. But we want to tap into your heart space here. This is really about love. So, you know, you are good enough. Look what flew out, guys. Fear. Come on. Okay, so pause. I created this story. This is called Genesis. And Genesis is the energy that is coming forward to you. If you guys don't understand biblical text, I would suggest you start looking at it, because you're here under Christ consciousness. Now, please believe we don't practice religion. If you do, that's up to you. Religion is actually one of those systems that were created through the false fear, false evidence appearing real, to control and manipulate people, which you've been doing in a sense as well, because you've been living in a mask. So the fear of love for you is real. The fear of opening up your heart is real. And I love that her legs are open like this, because you can take this in two folds. You could take it as there's a lot of sexual energy that you've been living in regards to fear. And there's also an energy of opening to receive in that sacred womb energy. So it depends what resonates for you. This is a collective read. But what's in your heart right now is fear. Interesting, right? So maybe you've been thinking you've been like living your life and, you know, everything's good. You know, you're working hard. You're meeting new people. Too many cards. You know, you're just having this like, just going with the flow. But there's an aspect here is that, you know, to really feel like you're good enough, the fear is there. What does it say? Okay, guys, I can't make this up. This is fearful. There's two fears that came out. Divine masculines. This is a really big energy. You know what's crazy too? When I created this deck, I didn't realize I put two freaking fears. Obviously, I was led to fear and fearful. So you're fearful of love, and you've been living in fear, false evidence appearing real through the motion of the illusion. But you remember, we have these energies here to help you step out of it. So October for you is going to be a lot of shadow work, especially coming into Scorpio, which I'm not surprised, because Scorpio is with Pluto, and Pluto is the underworld. A lot of you might be tapping into victim energy, like victim mentality, but you have to step out of it. Like I posted this on Instagram yesterday that, you know, it's time for you to choose love. Love or fear, it's a choice. I have two fear cards here, so some of y'all might be actually choosing fear, and you might be stuck, and you might miss the boat. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. You know, and that's sad. It's always sad to feel that energy, especially when it comes to, you know, the ascension and understanding that you are so special and you have been chosen here. But some of y'all are going to be missing the boat. Genesis. Noah's Ark. Flow with me here. Yeah, some of you are going to miss the boat, y'all. But that's your choice. So to those of you who choose the fear and to live in this false evidence appearing real, the illusion, the matrix, and continue wearing a mask because you're too scared, I wish you guys the best. One more message here. Lonely. Mermaid, deep. Some of y'all are really lonely and you're not admitting it to anybody. This is something that you keep to yourself. I made her upside down for a reason. It's because you're living your life upside down. It's not truly who you are. I understand now why divine masculines have such a hard time digging into their heart, because the heart energy, your heart energy, divine masculines, is very shadowy. It's actually very dark. So I'm going to open up an invitation to any of you who is watching this and who haven't made a choice yet. But there's an understanding here what this energy is, and you understand this energy, okay? You understand that you are good enough. You understand that you're ascending. You understand you have a contract. You understand that you need to push. But there's a deep, deep shadow there that keeps you stuck because you're too afraid to love and be loved. And you rather choose this darkness because you're too afraid of your light. Or the other motion is, what I always say is, to hold such great light, be ready to be burned. And some of you might be scared to be burned. Fear is real. Fear can eat you alive. So the invitation is this. If this resonates with you and you're on the cusp of making your choice, because we don't want you as divine feminines to keep it real, and anybody, we're loved beings. We don't want you to be left behind. We don't. But you have to take the action forward to get help. So your invitation is to come and contact me in the link below to receive shadow healing, so we can tap into this a little bit and I can open up the heart chakra and help you step into the motion of the ascension, because your higher self, the higher self, the soul, the contract is pushing you forward, but it's your heart that is remaining in the fear. I thought I was going to close out, but they're leading me to, actually, no, not this one. I'm going to give you guys some energies in regards to shadows. Because this reading, began with you are good enough. So we have to remember that. You were good enough. But to deal with the shadows is really what makes you a spiritual person. And not only to deal with the shadows, to take responsibility of your shadows and also accountability, but to transmute it. Oh my God, I knew it. This is insane. Okay. I was going to say, and I should have said it, that you have an artificial heart. Artificial heart. Number 12. What does that mean? First of all, okay, pause. They're telling me to read it. This is a deep message. So to anybody who is on this path and they understand that their divine masculine is almost there, but there's this stagnant energy. No one understands why the stagnant energy is, and this is the reason. This is the reason. It's because of the heart. And I'm going to keep it real with you. A lot of us on this journey had to go through a heart-shattering moment. And the reason why we had to go through it, because the heart that we were given was artificial. And it wasn't really in regards to why we're here. For example, for me, I had to go through my heart shattering in a million pieces through this twin flame journey, so God can give me a new heart and I can stand up and put the pieces together and really realize what real love is with self and God. You are good enough. Okay? So first of all, this is the dark mirror, which I love. It's very shadowy, but it's the mirror. It's the reflection. So divine feminines, if you are watching, remember, these are a mirrored image of one another. So the artificial heart, the stage, it comes with different stages, and the moon phase is new, so this is new, and the stage is bargaining. If I don't feel the warmth of the sun, Will I blame the sun or myself? Okay, so this is the aspect of the mirror. Again, are you taking responsibility or are you stepping into a victim mentality? I'm going to tell you right now, to any of you who understand this energy, this stems from inner child wounding. This is core, deep, deep wounding. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. You've been through a lot. And it's not your fault. But you have been living in a mask, living through a mask because of fear, because of the pain of being hurt from opening up your heart. So there is something that you have to take responsibility for. And again, it's a lot of feminine energy. A female figure, an android or a robot with cyber lines traveling over the skin like gentle spiders. A black choker of feminine seduction and jaded eyes of futuristic indifference. Okay. So this is also understanding the sexual energy that you've been living in, Divine Masculine. This is so deep. I love it. Because this is a lot of addiction and lustful energies that Divine Masculines have been living. You know, Laura, my girl from the Awoke Mind, talks about this in masculine energies that the Jezebel spirits have been really revealing. And, you know, Jezebel spirits are actually on you, Divine Masculine. Like, you carry the Jezebel spirits. And this is exactly like the perfect card of what a Jezebel spirit would look like. And the darkness of the choker, like it's very dark, you know, dark sex, dark lustful energies. There is no heart connection. It's just pure release. But there's also an energy here, and we're going to keep it real. So y'all, this is going to be a real message for anybody who understands this, is that there's also an energy here of the contract that you have to balance is also understanding that you've been mistreating feminine energy through this lustful energy. Some of y'all might be like, nah, I'm just single. I'm just doing my thing. No. There is something here for you to understand. But there's also an understanding that you are good enough to take responsibility for this and put love into yourself, because at the end of the day, you're here to heal. You're a healer. Okay. This is the sentence of this. Building oneself to specifications, steeling oneself to adversity, dreaming of electric sheeps. All right, going dark. Let me read this. Once upon a time, it was a time of flying monkeys. Someone journeyed to a place that wasn't Kansas in order to gain a heart. Oh, such a charming old-fashioned fairy tale. A new heart can be bought on the internet now and be delivered in a couple of days with a brand new shiny instruction manual. It works too. It gets the job done. It's not a job of feelings. It's scripted, like a job of numbers. Actually, it feels like a trade-off. We find refuge in the rational mind, which in turn gives us back the illusion of control. Guys, this is exactly what I've been talking about this entire reading. But we still feel. We still long to live through our emotions fully. We are truly like an artificial knight that wants to become a real person. Happiness is not in numbers, but it's not because numbers are bad. It is because there is nothing that alone can grant happiness and guarantee it. We trade in the natural world for artificiality, and then we blame this choice as the reason why our sky has no color. What if it's not actually connected? What if it's just an excuse? What if even an artificial heart could beat and fall in love and drown in sorrow? That was hard for me to read because I was really close to home. So Divine Masculines, that message is for you. Please take it as it resonates. And this is what shadow work is. And it's scary, but it's also very liberating. And you have to understand that fear is a choice. Love is a choice. You have to choose. But the one aspect I will finish off here is that there is this energy that is protecting you and guiding you forward that I do feel, and I'll say it like this, and I'm being real, I feel majority of you will be choosing love. Because this is a part of your blueprint. This is a part of your divine's path. But there's this shadowy aspect that's coming in right now for you to really clear and to really balance the scales, for you to step into unconditional love. That mentioned numbers. I mentioned numbers. They were talking about, the book was talking about numbers in regards to money, and the amount of things that you have, right? Quality over quantity. But there's also a higher dialogue there when it comes to the numbers. So pay attention to the numbers. So this is your reading for today. Please understand you are good enough. Actually, you are good enough. Sorry, I want to finish with a positive energy. I want to finish off with a message of love. Because we started off with love, and to understand that this heart that you are longing for, because it is a longing, is something that is coming in. And it says 12, okay, so I'm picking up December, so you might have a couple of really rough months right now coming ahead, which makes total sense. I've been talking about December as a huge shift for us as Christ-conscious beings. But you do have some work to do from now to December, Divine Masculine, so I suggest you get a pop in. Please contact me if you do desire your shadow healing session. My 6-week program is life-changing. If you resonate with this, invest in it, and we will shift this so you can actually be happy and free. Okay? Number 22, union. The heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye, and that couldn't be the most perfect message to finish off with. Congratulations, Divine Masculines. I know this was a darker energy update, but this is true to the fact of what's really going on with you. And 22 is union. And, to really hear this, the heart of the matter, and there's a baby. There's a lot of inner child wounds, and you can feel that mother energy really doing its thing. This is divine coming in. There's a divine intervention coming in, and there's so much more going on behind the scenes. But for now, your focus in the physical world is to deal with these shadows and do the work. All right. I love y'all. Many blessings to you in your journey.